and welcome to my guide on how to get to round 999 in Black Ops 6 Zombies on Liberty Falls. I'll just go through the basics on what I'd recommend to bring loadout wise. So for this, I recommend some augments to assist along the way. So we will go with the augments that I find most beneficial in this particular run to start with. Stamina Up is a pretty good one to have, to be honest, just for the augments of the Dasher and Hot Foot. Especially in those high level rounds, sometimes you just want to get away and you want to kind of use your equipment just to kind of get a kill and run away and whatnot. Quick revive, now this is quite an important one. So this one is good for two different ones. Dying Wish is probably the one I'd opt for first. However, I ran out of uses of Dying Wish, so I switched it to Equivalent Exchange. So that is something that I could have in the meantime. So either one of those, really good, but I'd recommend Dying Wish. Juggernaut, I would strongly recommend using slightly increased maximum health. Reason being is that at those high rounds, those hits are really going to start tanking, and believe me, you're going to have plenty of armor plates to utilize. So I would suggest using the increasing of the health and also increasing of the armor durability as well. Melee Macchiato, Espresso, it's really important one to have. Reason being is that a lot of our strat is going to involve using our drill, which I'd recommend using as the melee weapon, is the fastest one, and also as well the back pedals. Speed Cola is a good one to have, reload speed as it were, just to kind of get things going. I would probably say I had this one on because I was trying to do the stupid Box Addict Dark Ops challenge, and I still haven't been able to do it after several hours of trying, so I've kind of given up on that. So I'm going to switch back to this one because I think it's more important. Vault Trade, now this one is probably one of my favorite perks just because of the ease of use, specifically around the auto pickup from loot further away. That's really helpful in these situations when you're trying to go for salvage and you're kind of in a bit of a stumble and you have lots of people around. Just a really good thing to have all in all. And I would say kind of this one as well is pretty good, because yeah, getting the ammo for wonder weapons is of great benefit. These ones I don't really ever see value in, to be honest, so these are the ones I go for that one. PhD Flopper, another really good one. That is tactical sprint, knocks down and damages base zombies. That's good for when you're kind of trying to run away, you're kind of low health, and there's like just that one zombie that would otherwise, just absolutely throw you to the ground, and you just fucking yeet into him and he just falls over. And also with PhD, I'd strongly recommend the sliding distance and speeder increase, because that really helps, especially in those high level rounds when they are really fast coming at you. Just good to be able to slide out of there, Deadshot Daiquiri, I just got not really one that I'd find benefit in this particular challenge, because the ultimate goal is to have a ray gun and wonder weapon on Liberty Falls, and I can't believe I can't remember what it's called. So yeah, I just kind of have those equipped. Elemental Pop, now this is a good one to have because it does tie into part of the strat that we're going to be doing, and that's Citrus Focus, so that the it only activates the mod that you've got installed on your weapon, and also as well the slightly reduced cooldowns to help also. Ammo mods, now part of the strat is the main one you're going to be using as light mend, and this one is really good to have where as part of the strat later, as you will see. And also as well the glyphs lifetime is increased as well. So yes, those are good ones to have. As for field upgrades, the only really thing that you're going to want to run with doing this strat is Ether Shroud. It's a really good get out of jail free card. I am going to I had this one for another challenge I was trying to do. Probably say that I'm going to switch to Burst Dash and increase the max charge as I want, because it's really handy to have two of these, even if the duration's not as long. So that's probably what I'm going to say augment wise, the ones to recommend. Now as for the actual loadout, it's personal preference. So I mean, the Krig is just a great thing, just a good starting weapon anyway. And Power Drill is kind of a bit of a necessity. Decoy just because it's good to get out there. Semtex just because I find it great. Ether Shroud's a big W, as is the Power Drill for this particular strat. As for your Gobblegums, it's again personal preference. The shields up is actually really beneficial with the higher rounds. And as for the kind of the starting 3, it kind of ties into what we are aiming to do with this game, the early game. And what the plan is to basically get up to level 50, maybe a little bit later, depending on how confident you are as a person, and to basically use that as a means of just gaining salvage. As I said, salvage is your friend here. Salvage is what you want to do. So ultimately, that's what we're going to be trying to do. So we'll jump into a game and I'll show you what we do to kind of start things off and explain it a little along the way as well. So first of all, what I do is I always induce Rampage Inducer, okay, just so we can get things moving a little bit. Now, I'm not going to be using my Gobblegums this game, only because I've got I have got not many left, especially Willpower ones, which is the ones that allow you to get a Pack-a-Punch weapon straight from the wall. The aim of this is to gain as much salvage as you can. And that means not upgrading your gun, alright? I know that sounds weird, but I have a strat around to help you out with this one, okay? So, you want to keep as much salvage as you can. You've already got a quick revive because you're doing it solo. If you're going to be doing it solo, I presume you are. I mean, it would take too long in 1 second to try and get to round 99 if you don't have the ability to do saves. So I will pop Temporal Gift because I've got shitloads of those. So I'll wait until the zombies start to spawn in and then I'll grab this. So the plan for this, as I said, we'll put the Rampage Inducer on probably until about round 9 or 10, something like that. Just so that we can get fast moving, fast paced. Also, a suppressor on your weapon as well, as I'm sure you know, increases the salvage rate drop. Alright. And GS45 is there. And when you buy it, it's immediately uncommon, so you don't have to worry about upgrading it. So once we've got the GS45s, we will be able to get that Pack-a-Punch so that we know that we're able to kind of fight off some zombies. And we are going to need to do the Easter egg this game as well. Well, not all of it, but the parts at least, so that we can get the wonder weapon that we need as part of the Easter egg, because that is the main weapon you're going to be using when trying to attempt a 999 round challenge. So now that we've got a decent amount of salvage to start with, and we've got a decent amount of points as well, we'll grab the GS45 and we will head up to the Pack-a-Punch. Now, part of the strat is that you're going to need to keep this closed, as I'm sure you've probably seen on other people attempting this. You want this door to be closed, because that is one of the areas in which the strat is going to take place. So I'd recommend going the right way. If you want to play it safe, you can go grab Juggernog, just so you've got that to hand. I grab Speed Cola as well. Okay, now when you get up here, obviously you can go in there, Pack-a-Punch it. Now, as you're familiar, there is that Easter egg up here where you can blow that up, and then you'll get loads of goodies drop from you. Including of that goodie, you will get a tool to level up your gun. And that's what we're going to be using to level up this gun here that I'm using, the GS45s. But you don't want to do it too early, because right now, if you do it before wave 10, it will be a uncommon, a green, which is exactly what we've got already. So we don't want to worry about doing that just yet. But we will be wanting to do that at some point. Bringing on to my next point. SAM trials, right? They are... Oh, I'm out of ammo. They are a necessity as well. And the whole point of SAM trials is you get extra salvage and you get extra essence for it, which is... Oh dear. Which is ultimately what we're trying to do. Salvage the game, essence of the game. We want to try and get our foot in the door with being able to do stuff as quickly as we can. So let's just get rid of this. There. Perfect. Right. So got a quick revive. Perfect. And you get perks from it as well, which is great. We want to start the Easter egg, preferably sooner rather than later, because ultimately if the plan is for it to swap the Krieg. So we're going to need to go back up and find the groundskeeper. I just heard a mangler spawn in as well. There it is. Quick revive. If you shoot the hand as well, it will automatically give you a magnet cannon, because if you blow its hand off as well, so just kind of keep that in mind. There's the groundskeeper. Wonderful. We got him. We got the key. We go on to the next step. Right. So that's a zombie. Get rid of him. Open that. Go in there. I've got the valve already. Oh. Always the last one. Wonderful. And this is where kind of Ether Shroud and a decoy will certainly help. I just tend to throw the decoy over there until they've kind of are undistracted by it, which they are now. I'm going to pop an Ether Shroud here because I can't bother to continuously get screwed over by these guys. And if you do this twice and you have two Ether Shrouds charged, don't worry, because there is another spot that you can get that will replenish them. Well, replenish one at least anyway. So now they're all dead. So we've got all the parts we need now to craft the jet gun. So what we're going to do is going to go craft it, swap it out for the Craig, because we no longer need the Craig. There we go. We got the Thunder Thrust Dine, a thunder gun basically. And now, along with now we got kind of this gun set up, we can now do our kind of get to a high level, or at least start the means of getting to a high level by upgrading our guns, each Pack-a-Punch 3. This I wouldn't necessarily worry about. If you manage to find a ray gun, you can use the Wonderbar? Is that it is? The Gobble Gun? The Ultra one, where you can get a ray gun from a mystery box, but it is chance. It could be the ray gun, it could be this gun. At such a point, these kind of become irrelevant, and you're not really using them anyway. Whilst this is fucking around, whilst we're doing this, I'll show you the means in which you can have a look. So 47 is one of them. One of them's in there in the bowling alley. The next one is here. So 33, something 47. So 33, 25, 47. 33, 25. Sometimes he's bugged and you need to look at it from a specific way, but yeah, nothing here that benefits me. So we'll go out and get another key for next round. So this is probably the strat that you're all familiar with, having your Pack-a-Punch gun and just sitting here in the corner, using a mutant injection and buying a new mutant injection from there. And so here we have the strat number 1, the most common strat for getting to a high level on Zombies Liberty Falls. So you want to tuck yourself away in this little corner here, and you want to use your thunder gun, or whatever it's called, the wonder weapon, and just try and get as many zombies as you can, and then do a blast. I'd recommend doing it between 15 and 25 with the special blast that will kill a lot of them. Then with a mutant injection in your back pocket, you switch and use that, pop that, and then this is the way in which you are able to basically survive the round. Now as the rounds go on, the spawn rate in which how many zombies come in get more and more, but they don't get more difficulty with health, the more spawn in basically. So this is what you basically do, just sit here, it's very tedious. Just go through the rounds and kill as many as you can. You will need to buy multiple mutant injectors each round. What you could do is you could risk it by getting a key which will be dropped by an elite or a special zombie like a mangler, like a legendary key. Go into the bank, seeing if you can get a score streak from there if you don't want to spend your salvage, but that's risky because you're leaving and you may not get a score streak you can use. So you just stay here, and you can actually get away with pulsing your gun when you're kind of using it to suck in. You don't necessarily need to use it all in one go. You can just do little pulses just to kind of get in, get as many as you can without using all your ammo. And then just rinse and repeat. Mutant injection, do it over and over again until the round flips. This is probably the safest way in which you can... Well, it's not. I've got another strategy which is even safer, but very slow. So yeah, this is strat number 1. So we'll move on now to the second strat I have for getting through the high rounds. With strat number 2, this is the really safe one. You need to make sure the door that is on top of the bank is not open, because you want to slide down going over here, like so. Now this is where the PhD sliding augment comes into play, and also stamina up to help as well. So you can just slide on over without a problem. And the plan basically here is you can use your drill, you can use your wonder weapon. They're going to very slowly start coming up in front of you. And because you haven't opened the door, which is above you to the left, it means they won't drop down there. So they'll just spawn in here, and then you can use your drill. And this is where having the light mend augment comes into play as well, because it will drop a little glyph, and that glyph will also kill them when they jump up to grab you. It's not even a problem with manglers, to be honest, because ultimately the drill is still amazing, even at that high level. And as you can see, the augment is just popping off and just killing them on the approach. Now, you will have the problem when elite spawns in, because you can't take an elite with your drill nor anything else. Realistically, it's a mutant injection. So you just jump off, and then you just pop the injection, and then you just take out the elite. And then once that's done, you just make your way back up there again. And when you're back up here, just chill, drill, rinse, repeat, and it works just fine like that. Very slow. The round will take a really long time to go through when you're at high level. I think it took me like half an hour to an hour to go through this one round. I can't remember off the top of my head. You can use your wonder weapon as well. It's a good way of holding manglers. So it's a really safe strat. You're not really going to die from it, even at that high round, but it will just go by incredibly slowly. Now we come on to the third strat. Now this one arguably is a little bodacious, okay? Because what you basically do is you get the Aetherella trap to activate, and then what that'll do is kill zombies as they're coming in. And then you go and hide and tuck yourself over by the quick revive. And all you need to do is look left and right. Now, this one is quite dangerous, I won't lie to you, because you got to look left, you got to look right, and Aetherella doesn't get all of the zombies, so you got to kind of go back and forth. But you've got the added effect of having the trap to be able to take out the zombies, so it's just helping out a little bit. And then when it gets too much, which inevitably it will very quickly, and you start to panic, that is when you want to ultimately pop the mutant injection, because you don't really want to go down here. You come all this way, you don't want to go down. And then you pop the mutant injection. Aetherella is in the background doing her thing, and then you're just kind of killing zombies. And once you run out of your mutant injection, you can use your ether shroud to go and get another one from the tool station just behind. By that point, the trap may have cooled down. Rinse and repeat. It's a high risk, but does make the round go quick. Now we move on to the final strat. Now this one is probably my favourite to do, and it's only because I'm a bit of a salvage whore. I love my salvage. I don't like spending money on mutant injections. So this is a high risk but high reward situation and strategy here. And you basically just sit at the end by the spawn point, and you just pulsate that wonder weapon. Just pulsate it, and then once it's fully charged, you can pop it. And the benefit of doing this strategy is that I think that it's been changed where manglers don't drop mutant injections when you're actually in a mutant injection yourself as a score streak killing them. I've done this for many hours, you can see by the amount of hours that by the amount of rounds I've got through. So ultimately, I've not seen one mutant injection drop from a mangler or an elite when I'm using a mutant injection. So if you want to shake things up and try and get as much salvage as you can, so you can then just do the first strategy over and over again without the worry of not having salvage, just chill up here, have a mutant injection in your back pocket so that you can pop it if things get hot, and then just chill here, pulse the wonder weapon, and you can hold the manglers as well there, and then they actually then drop score streaks, and you can use those to then get through the rounds. Typically speaking, my favorite one is either chopper gun or mutant injection, and you don't even necessarily have to worry about the elite too much either doing this strategy, because the good thing is the elite can actually, you can hold the elite with the wonder weapon by doing the pulsating of it. So as I'll show you in just a moment, it's not too much of a worry, because ultimately you can just hold it there just by doing little pulses, still getting all the zombies, holding that elite, and then if things get too heated, you can just pop the mutant injection and then take out the elite, go back up there. But this is a brilliant way of accumulating salvage, because the rounds go by super quickly. It's high risk, as I said, but the high reward being you get an abundance of salvage, so you don't have to worry about keep spending money. And then from the manglers, you get score streaks, like mutant injections, you get chopper gunners. Without needing to buy them, it's really helpful, because you can just accumulate an ungodly amount of salvage to have in your back pocket. So yeah, that's my strat. If you've painstakingly taken the time to watch all this video to the end, just want to say thank you very much for doing so. Really appreciate it. Sorry if you're sick of my voice. I'm going to keep going on my save file, try and get to round 99. So wish me luck. And I wish you luck on your journey as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one.